I have a very big warning for all Bitcoin traders out there right now, because after the major rally, right now for the first time, we are starting to create somewhat of a bearish divergence, a big CME gap on the lower side, and on today's update video, I want to be breaking down what this means for the market right now, what it means for the bigger perspective, how this will be developing our current ongoing trades. I'm going to discuss the fact that I hit my take profit target on my first trade on Ethereum. I want to be talking about, of course, the positions we have accumulated in Ethereum and what my exact take profits are on those positions right now. So a lot to talk about on today's update video. I'm going to be doing a deep dive in towards Ethereum, my ultimate targets, about Bitcoin on the imminent short term, the longer term, and much more here. So don't forget to once again slap on the like button back above 1,000 likes will be highly appreciated. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards today's video. Because I do believe that right now, on the imminent short term, there are some warning signals flashing in the market right now. Because after we created this very strong rally towards the upside, I do believe we are seeing some signals of danger right now in the market. And the first one is obviously the bearish divergence which we're currently creating. So the price action on Bitcoin, after we first of all went quite exponential, started to slow down, but still is creating higher highs. It's clearly getting lost here. And that is why we're creating a lower high on the RSI and still a higher high on the price action on the market. And ultimately, this is giving us a signal that we are seeing somewhat of a divergence currently in the market. And since we are creating a divergence, it does mean that we're losing some strength here. We're also creating, of course, a CME gap, and usually Bitcoin tends to fill up these CME gaps. So I wouldn't be surprised that we're going to be moving down about like $1,500 towards the downside before ultimately we're going to create a bigger move here. And ultimately what I'm expecting is maybe somewhat of a consolidation phase on Bitcoin, but I don't want you to get fooled right now here, because I see a lot of people say, oh, we're just going to continue. And I mean, I truly hope Bitcoin is going to continue, but if we're really looking at the technicals right now here, it does look like that we're going to come at least back towards the baseline over here before creating a bigger move towards the upside. And of course, I'm expecting, if I'm looking at the CME gap, the Bitcoin is at least going to be hovering around this price till the beginning of the Monday. So that is exactly what I'm currently looking for. At the same time, the funding rates remain to be ever so slightly negative, which is a great signal, which means that, of course, the majority of the traders are still trading short in the market right now here. And of course, ultimately, if I'm looking at Bitcoin and all the longer term signals, guys, we are seeing a lot of signals flashing right now that are telling us we are gonna go higher. And I mean, this is exactly what we've been predicting, of course, while we were sitting at the lows, while we were, of course, in this consolidation phase. My target is still on the top side over here. And of course, as soon as we're gonna be breaking above this high right now, then I think we're gonna create that last final leg towards the upside. Because if you've been watching the channel for quite a while right now already, my thought is for this bull market, we're going to get one final leg towards the upside to approximately 130 towards $150,000. And that is probably going to be it for this cycle. So yes, I am right now definitely ready for that next move towards the upside. And what you have to understand that in the final move is always where the most amount of gains are realized. And that is, of course, very exciting. And I mean, we can see it. All these signals are flashing right now, major buy signals. And of course, what I'm saying right now in terms of danger is only for the very imminent short term here. Ultimately, I do still think we're going to be bouncing higher. Only on the imminent short term, we could see an ever so slight rejection. Then, quickly talking about my trade here. Yesterday, I still had my trade open, but due to the fact that Ethereum pumped so heavily and my take profit target was $2,500, and of course, the entry we got was about $1,800, we managed to, of course, lock in the trade, make the profit, and that is, of course, a very great thing here. So, yes, Ethereum pumped over $2,500, marking the first take profit. And I mean, I also have this trade open over here, and I locked in about like 20 to 30% of my trade here to, of course, lock in the profit. And right now as well, at the same time, I've not only been doing these orders I have open in the market right here, guys, I have been buying so much on spot. It's absolutely insane. I've been accumulating, and of course, if you're going to be looking back at all my videos I uploaded around that period, just look at it. Of course, if you've been watching all the time along, you already know it, but I've been talking very highly about Ethereum every single day here, because I've been so convinced that Ethereum was so undervalued, because most of the metrics were all telling us, okay, Ethereum is right now at a very undervalued stage here, and the opportunity of the upside opportunity is absolutely massive. So, of course, I said it by then, but of course, not a lot of people were really listening, and now I start to see people returning once again here, and there's still a lot of signals and data right now showing us we do have a lot of more steam towards the upside. And for my trade over here, for the ones that want to know it, my target is $4,000. I do think we're going to be hitting that. And of course, like you can see over here, we are bouncing from the exact low on the Ethereum compared to Bitcoin pair. Really also on the Bitcoin dominance, we are right now seeing that major top getting created. And of course, like the previous cycles as well here, whenever we do see altcoin season getting started, it's always at the end of the cycle of Bitcoin, which it is right now also approaching. And whenever it does start, it moves in a very quick pace here. So if it really is going to get started from off this point, it is ultimately going to be very great for all markets. Then I'm going to be also opening up soon a new trade again here. And guys, if you did took this trade as well with me on Ethereum, where I locked in more than $16,000 in profit, I shared this trade, my entire strategy, and you could have copied it using the link below here. And I mean, if you did copy it, you made a lot of profit just like I did. And guys, the Bitcoin trade is still open, and soon I'm going to be opening up a new trade again here. I will be doing my analysis. But guys, if you right now already want to start trading on Pionex, don't forget to go to the highest link description of today's video, because if you press on that link, sign up an account, you'll get already a free 30 towards $100 instant by only signing up an account over there. And soon I'm going to be opening up a new trade you can exactly copy with me here. So exciting times are coming once again here. The market is coiling up. Like you can see on most of these indicators, it's just likely to create the next move towards the upside. And just like I said earlier, in that last phase of the bull market is where we move the quickest. And really, in my opinion, whenever we're going to be breaking above $106,000, which I truly hope is not going to be happening over the course of the weekend, because then probably I think we're going to get an ever so slight reverse. We could be in for that next major rally higher. So that is, of course, exactly what I'm looking at. And one of the great things right now here is that while Bitcoin is indeed surging up towards new all-time highs, retail interest is close to zero. And this is the same for Ethereum. But I can see it also in my views. There's not a lot of views on YouTube, not only on my channel, but also on many other channels. And we see it also on Twitter. The growth is not so crazy yet here. The views are not so crazy yet here. And that just shows you that we're still quite early towards this rally towards the upside. And then also, if we're looking back at all the previous cycles, the third year of the cycle is always where we get the biggest candles. And of course, that is exactly where we're in here. So this is the last year of the bull run. At least that is what we are expecting if history is any indication. So that is, of course, very exciting. And of course, also US gave us some news regarding to, of course, the China-US deal. And he stated yesterday in a tweet that today he will be having more talks with China. So maybe they can cut a deal anytime soon here. So really also, guys, you have to understand whenever altcoin season starts, it happens very quickly, and you do not want to be missing out on this here. And also for all Ethereum holders out there is still an Ethereum staked ETF on the loop here. And right now Ethereum is pumping without any reason, but just wait until we're going to get the staked Ethereum ETF. It's absolutely going to be a game changer, and that could really send Ethereum all the way back up to $4,000. So yeah, ultimately, that is my ultimate target on the top side. We're bouncing very hard right now here. I'm super excited for where it is going to be going towards in the upcoming weeks here. But anyways, guys, this is it for me in today's update video. Outside of this, there's not a lot of other stuff happening. Be careful on the weekend. Make sure to always be positioned in spot here, especially on Bitcoin, especially on Ethereum. If you've just been accumulating, just like I've been also doing, along that way down here, you are right now making insane amount of profits that, yeah, are just absolutely mind-blowing here. So congratulations to everyone who copied my trade, and hope to see you guys back again tomorrow on another update video. Peace out. Goodbye.